Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to do a quick video about Manchester United versus Watford. As always, please like the video, and if you're new, subscribe to the channel. I've also just set up a Patreon and the link to this is in the description of this video. So Manchester United versus Watford, I just want to talk about how we should line up. As I always say, this is not how I think we are going to line up, I think this is how we should line up. And you'll see that I've got a slightly different formation set up for us here. And the reason for that is because I just think against a team like Watford, we should be trying to be a little bit more expansive. So you've got De Gea in goal, as you can see. And, you know, the back four sort of almost picks itself. I mean, I've dropped Luke Shaw. And the reason for that is just because I don't feel as though he's quite been with the pace. I think he might be a little bit tired because of the Euros. I think he was excellent in that. He had a really good season for United last year. And since we've come back this year, Luke Shaw's been a little bit off the pace. I don't think it's a permanent problem, but I would probably play Telles in this game. Obviously, Varane is still injured. Watford have quite a fast front line, so I think Bailly and Maguire is the partnership here. I don't think Lindelof and Maguire is going to work. I think it's too slow. Maguire has hopefully played himself back into form in the international break. Eric Bailly, whilst everyone talked about how shit he was against Manchester City, that's only because he scored an own goal. We didn't really put another foot wrong other than that. And I just think people have a bit of a tendency to dislike Eric Bailly for no reason. Aaron Wan-Bissaka picks himself. There's no sort of reason to drop him at the moment because the alternative isn't Diego Dalot's not that good of a right back in my opinion. But also Wan-Bissaka, he's made a couple of mistakes this year, but he's still a very good right back in the main. Now the midfield three is where I decided to change things up. So I've started to observe the fact that whenever we play a double pivot, Ollie just sticks Fred and McTominay in there, and then he sticks Bruno miles ahead, and there's a bit of a disconnect between Bruno Fernandes and the rest of the midfield. He goes up and presses almost like a striker. We've got a lot of wingers that don't really defend, and then that leads to Fred and McTominay being quite isolated in the centre of the pitch. And also, neither of them can really hold, and neither of them can really go forward. So I've decided to drop them completely. I know that might be harsh to some people, but I don't really think so, considering the other options that we've got at our disposal. So in this particular game, I didn't really think we needed a Fred or a McTominay. I think that if we're playing a three, so we're playing a number 6 here with Matic in there with 2 number 8s, and I do think Matic is the only player in our squad that can play that role. So I've put Matic at number 6, and then obviously you've got Bruno Fernandes and Donny van der Beek as the number 8s just in front. Then up front, I think you've got Cavani on the right, Sancho on the left, with Ronaldo up front. Now don't get me wrong, I can see how some people might not like this particular selection, but I think Sancho will do a little bit more defending than Rashford on the left. And I think we've needed that. I think Cavani will get through a lot of work on the right. And he has played on the right for PSG before. So it's not like he's not experienced in that position. And I think when you've got Ronaldo up front, who's not going to do very much pressing, and I think we all know that, then I do think in a lot of respects you need other people that are going to do some work. And I think Sancho and Cavani, out of the players that we've got at the moment, are probably the best equipped to do this. So obviously, you've got a midfield three, which I believe to be very creative. There's no reason why. Obviously, Pogba's suspended at the moment, but there's no reason why we shouldn't be playing 2 of Fernandes, Van der Beek, and Pogba in every single game. Unless it's a Liverpool or a City, then we might want to be a little bit more defensive. But most other games in the Premier League, teams that we should be playing 2 of those players, 2 of those 3 players every time. And I'm not saying my opinion's perfect, but I do believe this is the best lineup for us against Watford. I think we need to tweak the formation slightly. Something's got to change. Otherwise, I think the manager is going to get sacked eventually. Despite the rumours that are coming out of the club, I don't think this is true. I think this is just the club trying to save face at the moment because they're not quite sure who to go for. So I think they're just biding their time, and they'll probably sack Solskjaer in the coming weeks. But that's obviously if the results don't improve. In the meantime, Solskjaer's got to do something to try and save his job. So as always, please let me know what you think in the comment section. And like I've said, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.